It's springtime and we are crocheting some spring decorations for my kitchen today. So if you want some spring decor inspiration, then let's get into it. Hello everyone and welcome back to my yarn channel. My name is Alexandra and I love crocheting, so that is what we are doing today. We are crocheting 3 different spring decors for my kitchen. So the first decor is going to be a crocheted flower bouquet coaster. So let's get started! Okay, let's get started with crocheting our spring decor. So the first project is going to be these flower bouquet coasters. I'm starting with a green base, which is going to symbolize like the stems and the leaves. And I really like this green color. It's like a lighter version than I guess the stems would be in real life. But actually all of the yarns I'm using in this video for all of the projects are scrap yarn. So I'm making all of these decorations with yarn I already had, which I really like. And also all of the patterns I'm using, I will link them in the description and you can find them there. Except one of the projects, which that pattern that I actually bought totally sucked. But I will tell you more about that later when we get to that part. So let's just get back to the process of creating these coasters and enjoying the crocheting process. So now we're getting into the flowers, and I picked this pink yarn and a blue yarn that I thought fit together out of my scrap yarn. These were my favorites actually, so yeah, I really like these flowers. And this project is basically like a mini version of like this crocheted flower bouquet blanket. And I ended up making 3 different variations of these coasters. So I did one with blue and pink flowers, and I did one with pink, like the same pink color as I'm using here, pink and yellow. And I also did like a big version for our craft that needs like a bigger version, and that was light pink and blue. And this is how the first flower turned out. So here's the final look of our flower bouquet coasters, and this is how they look when you have like a glass on them. And when you are not using them, you can put them on each other so it looks like this, and then you just have like this bouquet laying on your table. So I basically made like these 2 variations, and then the one that is underneath here, like in the bottom, that's the bigger one that I made for the craft. So our first project is made, and now it's time for the second project. So I'm sitting down on a couch and starting to get back to business of crocheting some more flowers actually. Because now we are crocheting flowers that I am going to attach to a hanging flower pot that I have already crocheted. So I found this flower pot or hanging flower pot that I had already crocheted, which were white. So I thought, well, this is perfect to decorate with some puff flowers that I'm going to crochet. So I crocheted these puff flowers in different colors. Here I'm crocheting a blue one. And for these flowers, I'm actually following a tutorial on YouTube, which I will of course link for you, so you can do the exact same flowers if you want to. hanging flower pot that I have crocheted, and all of the flowers I just crocheted. So I did 3 of pink, yellow, blue, and green. And then this hanging flower pot that I had crocheted, I have already made beforehand. I think I did this like last year or the year before that, because I wanted to have like hanging flower pots because I think they are so cute. So if you want to have a tutorial on how I did my hanging flower pots, I can definitely show you. I have done so many. I have like gifted so many, and I also have a bunch for myself as well. But here I'm starting on this flower pot, which I'm decorating with these flowers. So I started with just like attaching all of the flowers where I thought that they would look cute, and I just like secured them with like a basic knot so that I could move them if I wanted to. But in the end I ended up liking the result that I did from the start. So yeah, I didn't really need to do anything about that. So I tried to do it like almost symmetrical, not really, but like with my eyes. I tried to do it, the flowers, like attach the flowers with a nice distance, and also I tried to not put like the same color next to each other, and try to spread them out evenly as best as I could.
If you ride with me, don't gotta work for the both of us. I'll put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry in the love. When you ride with me, don't gotta worry.
So now I'm really starting to trust myself with this process, because I'm doing like triple knots like from the start. So when I was happy with like how the flowers sat on the flower pot, I just did like triple knots, and I didn't weave in any ends. I just like let the ends hang out there. And here is the result. I'm super happy with how this turned out. So now it's just the last step left, which is to find a nice flower, and I used this one and just put it in there. And this flower is not really like a hanging flower yet, but it will become that. They will like sprout and have things hanging out from it. Yeah, whatever. Now let's hang this up. So this was quite the process. I needed to look through all of my toolbox to find like the hook I was looking for. I almost gave up, but when I had looked through all of the toolbox, I finally found it. And this actually made my whole day so much better, and I got so excited. So I firstly actually tried to just screw it in the wall, but that did not work at all. So I needed to go and find my drill. And when I did that, I could get it in there. But yeah, it was actually not that hard at all. It was a very smooth process when I found the hook. So yeah, this is the end result of my hanging flower pot. Okay, time for the next project. So when I had crocheted these two last projects, I thought that there was something missing, and that something I decided was a garland. And I didn't really have much inspiration to how I should do it, so I actually went into Pinterest and just scrolled, and then I found this super nice looking garland. I can insert a picture of it here, or maybe I shouldn't because I'm gonna cry. No, but so I clicked on it and it was a pattern on Etsy, so I actually ended up buying it. It was like, I think it was $3 or like $2 or something like that. But it must have been like AI or something, because this got me so annoyed because the pattern was shit. Because you couldn't understand anything, and it was just wrong. Like, they had described things like I had no idea what they were meaning, because yeah, I don't know, it just sucked. I don't even want to link it, so maybe I just shouldn't show you a picture, or I can show you a picture so you don't buy it, because it was, yeah, I've never ever found a worse pattern. Never followed a worse pattern than that, which is crazy because I have followed so many patterns that were like so weird. But I will give this pattern one thing, and that is the flowers. So the flowers, like the description of how you crochet the flowers was okay. So I actually didn't notice the weirdness of this pattern until I have to crochet all of the flowers I would need for this garland. So that left me having to improvise how I should continue. And since I was so angry about the pattern, I just decided on doing like single crochets, but we'll get to that. So I'm not really friends with this project, also because of the yarn, because this yarn also sucks because it like splits. So yeah, it just looks weird, but I managed to do a bunch of flowers anyways. And then when I had done all of these flowers, I started to do like single crochets and just make like a straight single crochet chain, which I attached all of the flowers to. So this was like a very basic garland. And here it is done. And when it was done, I just attached some hooks like with tape on the edges of my window, and then I hanged it up like this. And I thought it was super cute, also with like the hanging flower pot and then the garland over that. Yeah, so this is the final result of my kitchen window decor. But then when I wanted to like decorate all of my kitchen, I needed a tablecloth. So I bought actually this tablecloth from Vinted, which is like a secondhand app. And I think it's hand embroidered actually. It's super cute. It's like this light yellow color and with this white embroidered like details. It's super cute. So I ironed it, and then I could start to like decorate my kitchen with all of the stuff, so I could show you all the final result. So here I'm trying to do some like table settings so you can see all of the stuff I have crocheted in like their best element and get a feeling of how this will all look. So here you go, guys. Here you have the final result of my spring and summer remake of my kitchen where I crocheted these 3 different types of kitchen decorations. So thank you so much for watching this video. I will link all of the patterns and describe how I did all of the decorations in the description. And also, if you want to, I can make a tutorial on how I did the hanging flower pot. And hope you all have a great start of spring and summer, and I'll see you in my next video where we will crochet something else. And in the meantime, go check out my other videos. Maybe you want to crochet a summer top or something. Yeah, just check out that, and I'll see you guys. Okay, bye!